Today, our nation celebrates Veterans Day, a day when we take time to remember all U.S. military veterans who served, fought, and sacrificed for the freedoms we have today. Over the last 2 years on this show, we have had the privilege of profiling some of our nation's most heroic veterans. Incredible, in-depth discussions about the battles they fought. Those are my most memorable interviews. When people ask me, what's your favorite interview? Those are the ones that come to mind. These battles that they fought abroad, and then in some cases when they returned back home. More of an internal battle in some cases. In May 2020, for Memorial Day, back when we were just an audio-only podcast, I spoke with Rob ONeill, the U.S. Navy SEAL who shot Osama bin Laden. He shared with us a chilling and amazing story about the conversation he and his teammates had before leaving on that mission.
Before we left, I had one of my guys say, because we accepted death, that's it. We're going to die. He said, don't take this the wrong way because I'm 100% going. Don't worry about that. I'm going. I just need to say it out loud. If we know we're going to die, why are we going? And so we had a conversation, We said, okay, well, we're not going after bin Laden for the fame or the reward or the bravado. We are going after Osama bin Laden for the single mom who dropped her kids off at elementary school on a Tuesday. And 45 minutes later, she jumped to her death out of a skyscraper because that was a better alternative than whatever the hell was going on inside at 2,500 degrees Fahrenheit. And her last gesture of human decency was holding her skirt as she jumped out of a building and murdered herself. She was never supposed to be in the fight. We're supposed to be in the fight. That's why we're going.
Oh my God. If you don't have chills in listening to that, you do. I know you do. Like me. Robert ONeill, we salute you and your many sacrifices for our country. This past Memorial Day, we spoke with Medal of Honor recipient Dakota Meyer. In 2009, while serving in Afghanistan, Dakota and his team were ambushed by more than 50 Taliban fighters. Over the course of the 6-hour battle, Dakota defied military orders and repeatedly entered and re-entered the ambushed area to rescue his trapped and wounded teammates.
I remember reaching down and picking, I think I picked up Gunny Johnson first, and Gunny was the biggest one. And I picked him up, threw him over my shoulders, and I started to carry him out, and I just slipped, and I fell. Like, it was like every bit of energy I had left, I fell flat on my face. And I got back up, and the Afghan soldiers, I see them, they're right there. And they're going to grab the guys. And I was kind of upset. I kind of got mad at them, and I said, hey, don't touch my guys. I said, I'll take them home. And Fazell came up to me, and he said, no. He said, and I did. I started crying. Like, I literally, like, when I fell with Gunny Johnson, like, I literally started crying. And I'll never forget, Fazell came up to me and said, don't cry. You can't show this weakness. And I was like, you're right. And he said, the Afghans want to help you get your guys out because they just watched you help get their guys out. And it was such a kind of, for me, it was like a monumental moment in my life of, it's not us against them. It's just, it's good against bad.
My goodness, these interviews. Dakota is credited with saving the lives of 36 U.S. and Afghan troops that day. Oh, we thank you so much, Dakota, for your service. The world is better because of men like that. In March 2021, we spoke with now retired Navy SEAL Jocko Willink. Jocko led the most highly decorated special operations unit of the Iraq War. You talk to these guys now, everybody knows Jocko. And I have to say, if you're a parent and you want your child to learn how to deal with adversity and taking ownership, listen to Jocko. Read Jocko's books. He's got a whole series for kids. Jocko shared with us the story of having to deal with the fallout of an operation that went wrong.
Some of my guys ended up in a firefight with friendly Iraqi soldiers who had a U.S. Marine with them. And it's a nightmare. One of the Iraqi soldiers got killed. A couple other ones got wounded. One of my guys got wounded. And it was only by the grace of God that none of my guys were killed. It was just an absolute nightmare. I couldn't feel comfortable picking the person to blame. And I just was trying to figure, is it this guy? Should I blame this guy? Should I blame this other guy? And as I'm sitting there, I realized, like a bolt of lightning hit me, that the reason I couldn't figure out who to blame was because there was only one person to blame, and that person was me. I'm the overall guy in charge. I'm responsible for what happens. Whatever happens is on me. And so I went in there and took ownership of the entire incident. And this is not the first time that I ever had this idea. This is how I was brought up in the SEAL teams, and really this is how I was brought up as a human. When something goes wrong, you don't blame other people. You take ownership.
The SEALs are they're cut from a different cloth. I mean, it's just, what they've been through. Thank you for your service, Jocko Willink. Last but certainly not least, in August 2021, we spoke with retired U.S. Navy SEALs and twins, Marcus and Morgan Latrell. In 2005, while on a mission to kill or capture a high-ranking Taliban terrorist, there was an ambush. Marcus was the only survivor of the attack, but it took 6 days for the military to find and rescue him. He later wrote a book titled Lone Survivor. Morgan told us the story of what it was like for him and his family when they found out that Marcus had been rescued.
Master Chief Gothro was out there, and he's the one that would answer the phone. And by this time, there's about 40 SEALs out there, and we would all pile into my father's bedroom, which was little bitty. And shoulder to shoulder, and Master Chief's on the phone. He's like, "Yes, sir. Roger that. Understood. Roger that. Yes, sir." And he drops his head. And I mean, we lost it. Right. We was like, oh my God, the worst case scenario. And I'm sitting there staring at him. Everybody was crying around. I was sitting there staring at him. And he gives us a thumbs up. Anyhow, my parents came walking in. And then some of my best friends came walking in. They saw everybody else crying. Mom loses it, dad loses it. And they're like, no. They found him. He's rescued. So, I don't remember who it was, walked out to the crowd and said they found him. And it sounded like the Super Bowl.
Like I could hear it from Afghanistan.
So but the problem with that was all my friends and family were celebrating the fact that we found my brother, but all the SEALs that were out there and there were some Marines and Army and everybody just started to come out and spend time with us. We were still very stoic because we're down men.
Wow. In the end, the 3 other SEALs Marcus was on the mission with did not survive. So in addition to honoring Marcus and Morgan Latrell today, we also salute Lieutenant Michael Murphy and Petty Officers Danny Dietz and Matt Axelson. Morgan Latrell has also found another way to continue serving this country. This past Tuesday, he became Congressman-elect Morgan Latrell. He will be serving in Congress, representing Texas's 8th Congressional District. Yay! Congrats, Morgan. So proud of you. So to all these heroes and all of our listeners and viewers who served as well, we thank you for your service. Do you ever wonder if your vitamins are working? Clinical studies show Healthy Cell's new ingestible gel technology called Microgel delivers maximum nutrient absorption, 165% more than tablets. And it tastes great. It's hard to make vitamin liquids or gels taste good naturally, right? But Healthy Cell products are the best tasting pill-free supplements on the market. Go pill-free and get up to 15 pills worth of nutrients in one ultra-absorption gel pack, saving you money and time and giving you effective doses. Take a single great-tasting gel pack at home or on the go. It's great for travel, and you can mix it into drinks or blend it into smoothies. Old-fashioned tablets, capsules, and powders contain synthetic other ingredients like binding glues, flow agents, fillers, coatings that could irritate your gut and are just kind of gross. Plus, this is made in the USA. Visit healthycell.com/Megyn, Megyn, or use that code Megyn for 20% off your first order. Hey, thanks so much for watching. If you like what you just saw, hit the subscribe button for more clips and full episodes.